Floyd Mayweather vs Logan Paul exhibition seems to be back on. Mayweather names possible location. 6 Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul had it lined up for February, it didn't happen, and now the idea seems to be back. Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul announced an exhibition bout in late 2020, and though the event fell apart rather quietly in early 2021, the chance that it could be rescheduled was always there. A Mayweather post on Instagram indicates that the idea is back in full swing, and after the PPV success of both Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition and Jake Paul vs Ben Askren, that's not a surprise. There is just a lot of money in this stuff right now. Mayweather named Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Miami, Dallas, and Atlanta as being at the top of the list for destination. Now a couple of things, because I know a lot of people are still getting confused about these things. Logan Paul is not the one who just fought Ben Askren. That is, again, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is Logan Paul's brother. I have learned the difference against my will, so I might as well keep trying to help others who do not really care to do the same, which I totally understand. Mayweather Logan Paul will be an exhibition unless Mayweather is gaining 40 pounds or Logan is losing the same. Jake Paul vs Ben Askren was not an exhibition. It was a fully sanctioned, full contact fight that goes down on official records. Mayweather vs Logan Paul, like last November's Mike Tyson vs Roy Jones Jr. showcase, will be an exhibition. Nothing goes on anyone's official record. The 44-year-old Mayweather, 50-0, 27 KO, is now in the Hall of Fame, is the biggest pay-per-view star ever, and hasn't had an official fight since his 2017 win over Conor McGregor, which was an absolute blockbuster moneymaker. He did do a notable exhibition in Japan at the end of 2018, and has been open to doing more stuff like that, though he remains retired from active, real competition. The 26-year-old Logan Paul is officially 0-1 in pro boxing, losing to fellow YouTube celebrity KSI via controversial scores in late 2019. Frankly speaking, he's been lapped in the YouTube boxing game by his younger brother, who has fought 3 times since Logan last entered a ring. He also, if you just look at the footage we have available of both, just isn't as good at it as his brother. I've put it like this before, will again. Jake Paul right away looked like someone you wouldn't really notice if he were portraying a boxer in a gym in the background of a scene on Law & Order. You might notice the rest of the YouTube guys we've seen being really bad. Anyway, this will probably happen. I'd figure once full crowds are seen to be safe enough and it's not a risk that an event will have to be cancelled. Then they'll do whatever it is they're going to do, and they'll all make a shitload of money. And on other hands, Floyd Mayweather wants to train Nate Robinson for Jake Paul rematch. Nate Robinson could be looking for a rematch against Jake Paul in the boxing ring and is reportedly enlisting the help of Floyd Mayweather, according to ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. Smith provided the latest info from a source close to Robinson on Monday on First Take. Nate walked out the arena on November 28 and realized he was not trained well. He apologized for not listening and collected a little over $2 million for that fiasco. He's fine. They are trying to get him to fight in a rematch, if you can believe that. Floyd Money Mayweather wants to train him, if he agrees. Crazy but true. Paul knocked out the former NBA player in a November bout during the highly viewed pay-per-view that featured an exhibition between Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. Paul followed up his win with a first-round knockout against former UFC fighter Ben Askren on Saturday. Smith argued after the fight that Paul needs to move on with his career and take on professional boxers. Matchups with well-known competitors could bring in more money, however, with Paul previously saying he made 8 figures from his fight against Robinson. Robinson might not have been much of a boxer, but he is a household name among sports fans as an 11-year NBA veteran and a 3-time winner of the slam dunk contest. With his natural athleticism and some time training with one of the best boxers of all time in Mayweather, the 36-year-old could bounce back with a much better showing next time he steps into the ring.